Good afternoon and welcome to the Community Connect, December Community Connect, brought to you by the Marshall Chamber of Commerce. This month's guest is Shawn Dieken. Shawn is the president of the board of directors for Prairie Dance Alliance. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Let's talk about all the good things that happened in November, and then we'll get to a very crowded December. We have a lot going on this month. The Marshall Area YMCA hosted their Kings and Queens social event at the Upper Room earlier in November. Good showing for the event. This is the second year they've done that. Thanks to everybody that showed up and had a fun night. I know it was a well-attended event at the Upper Room. Thanks again for everybody that came. Choices Pregnancy Center, one of our newer members, hosted Jason Gray on the 11th at Five Family Ranch. What a great event. And what I didn't know, the fact that contemporary singer Jason Gray is from Marshall. He graduated 3 years before I did at Marshall High, and now he's a nationally known contemporary singer. So thanks to everybody that came out to that event. Give the Max Day was on Thursday the 21st. This annual fundraiser for charitable organizations statewide brought in a whopping $37 million in just 24 hours. That's a record-breaking number. 6,556 charities, nonprofits, and schools benefited from Give It to the Max Day. Prairie Dance Alliance, I know they had an account. Any idea how they did?
I don't have to check with our treasurer on that.
Yeah. When we 10 years ago, it was given the Max Day, it was kind of warming up in Marshall. Now it has really done well here in the Marshall area. So hopefully Prairie Dance Alliance got some donations through that day. Our chamber annual meeting and awards luncheon was held on the 20th at Everspring. Congrats to all of our award winners, and thanks to Bruce Newstad, president of the Minnesota Retailers Association, who was our keynote. Great event. Appreciate all the award winners. They really worked hard to earn those awards this year. Just last Thursday on Thanksgiving, Grace Life Church hosted their community Thanksgiving meal. A great turnout, and what a great offering for the community that Grace Life does. Thanks for all the volunteers that put that on. Of course, last Friday night was the 8th annual Light Up the Night that kicked off. A frigid night, but a good turnout for the parade and all the activities at Independence Park. Shawn, you were there.
Yeah, we had Kat Abbott and Alicia Kutterin helped to put together a float with the team, and they had that there, so it was a little chilly, but yeah, they had a good time, good turnout.
Yeah, I had a good seat. I was actually in the upper room, one of the judges. So there you go.
Perfect. Nice and warm.
Yes, it was very nice. So once again, our guest is Shawn Dieken. He is the president for Prairie Dance Alliance, and the Nutcracker is coming up here in 2 weeks already. Today is Tuesday, December 3rd. So for those that are watching today. Shawn, just tell us a little bit about Prairie Dance Alliance and what type of events your organization hosts.
Yeah, so Prairie Dance Alliance is a local nonprofit here in Southwest Minnesota. Been around since 1992. And events include our annual dance camp. We have professional instructors come in from around kind of usually the upper Midwest regions, Minneapolis, Chicago. We had some from California come in. So great opportunity to bring a diverse set of just dancer skills and background to the local dancers that we have right here in Southwest Minnesota. So we had record turnout for the dance camp last year. So watch our social media pages because we're going to be putting out information about save the dates and the upcoming stuff for dance camp in summer 2025. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing that we have, we also put on professional productions with the Nutcracker, which is what's coming up in just 10 days. And so something that we do, every other year, production like that, where we really bring in a professional ballet that we're going to talk a lot more about here in just a little bit.
Yeah, so it's the 12th annual production of the Nutcracker that's here in a few weeks here. But what's impressive is the fact that you had auditions already this past summer.
Yeah, so auditions happen actually right after dance camp. So in July, we have the auditions, and then shortly after that with choreography week in August to kind of get things figured out, who's going to be doing what and what are they going to be doing, and then they start learning that and practicing that each week, and that's been going nonstop since, and we'll be going right into rehearsal week coming up here that we'll have a dress rehearsal this Sunday, and then every single evening we'll go through the show leading all the way up to the first one on Friday.
Busy time, that's for sure. How many dancers and performers are in the Nutcracker every year?
Yeah, so it does vary. This year we have over 100 dancers and actors that are part of the crew and the cast that we've got together. It's really a true representation of Southwest Minnesota, where we've got dancers from Marshall, Cottonwood, Tracy, Wabasso, Lind, Ballatin, Walnut Grove, Slayton, dancers from all over coming to share their talents with everybody who comes out to see this. And one of my favorite things is really just the diversity of age that we have as well. We've got dancers ranging from ages 3 years old all the way up to, I'll say, mid-70s to kind of protect the identity of some of our veteran actors. But, it's really for all age groups. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's cool. Of course, with every nonprofit, and Prairie Dance Alliance is a nonprofit, it really takes a lot of volunteers to put something like this on. So how many volunteers are involved?
Yeah, so it truly is a team effort to put this on. Probably it's over 50 different volunteers that are helping across. I have the board, of course, that has been meeting on this every single month as we go through, and then weekly as we're going through now, kind of getting closer to production. So really just a ton of time that they've put into this. Some of the planning for this starts as early as almost probably 20 months ago when we're reserving the venue, figuring out backdrops. We have to reserve those really early. Not a huge supply of backdrops out in the the United States, so we need to make sure we get those secured. We have everything ready, but yeah, it takes a lot of volunteers, hundreds of volunteers from the parents that are helping with this, kind of behind the scenes stuff that's happening from lighting, sound, production, even just supervision. Right, there's a lot of youngsters running around back there, keeping them on track and in the right costume at the right time to make sure that they're ready to be there. And I got to give a shout out to our choreographers and our production managers. So Andy Dietz, Brianna Thompson, Mackenzie Clemens. True dedication, crazy amount of time that they spend on it, sharing their talents, helping to make this happen. And then also the Marshall Area Stage Company. So we couldn't do it without Mask. We got Noah Dunn, Josh Bauer, Bob Swatch team. They're the experts. They know what's going on. They're helping with all the behind the scenes stuff that happens in order to put on a production of this caliber.
Yeah, it's extremely volunteer led, just like a lot of these productions are. So above the volunteers, of course, you have the local businesses, community support. How's that looking this year?
Yeah, it's been really great just to see the support. I know that all the organizations locally here get hit up by a lot of the nonprofit organizations, all the school groups, everybody, but they just continue to show their support and has done a really great sponsorship that we've had from all the business sponsors, and just to kind of give a shout out to some of our platinum and diamond business sponsors this year. So Marshall Convention and Visitor Bureaus, visit marshallmn.com, Marshall Academy of Dance, Beverage Wholesalers, Dan and Cindy Vogt with 348 West Main, Marshall Independent, Marshall Radio, Fultz Farms, Above the Fold, Southwest Tree Treatment, Touch of Elegance, Video Magic Productions, Jim and Kim Christensen family, and Western Print Group. So none of this would be possible without them. And also all the family and friends who have done character sponsors. We had a record number of character sponsors this year, which is really fun, where they can put their name in there. There's different sponsorship levels that they can do for whatever roles that their dancer is participating in. So we'll have all that listed in the program, as well as all the business sponsors listed in the program at the event. There's a PowerPoint presentation before. It's on our social media. So if you haven't already seen it out there, a lot of try to make sure they get the recognition for the support that they've given us.
Definitely. That is a lot of involvement, and thanks to everybody that makes this possible. So as we mentioned, it's going on here in a few weeks. Talk about the 4 performances that we can count on.
Yeah, so just 10 days until the first performance that we have already. So on Friday, it's Friday the 13th, a little scary if you're into that, but 7 p.m. will be the first performance. And then Saturday, we have a 1 o'clock p.m. show and a 7 p.m. show. And then on Sunday, our final matinee at 1 p.m. All this happening at the Marshall High School Theater right here in Marshall.
Yeah, where can somebody buy tickets?
Yeah, so tickets are on sale right now in advance at Hy-Vee. So they're $15 in advance, or you can get them at the door for $20. And the tickets are good for any of the 4 performances. So you don't have to, pick like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go Friday night or on Saturday, whatever. Just you can get a ticket and you can come to any of the performances. You can go to multiple performances too if you buy multiple tickets. So we're not.
Okay, so one ticket can get you in multiple performances.
Correct. Yes, we do want to clarify that. Yes, but it can go to any of them. You don't have to worry about I'm not sure if I'm going to hit the 1 o'clock or 7 o'clock show.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Great stuff. I do urge you. I went a couple years ago. You won't be disappointed if you decide to attend. And you might be surprised who you might see in the cast.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of local talent up there.
I remember a couple of years ago, my son's baseball coach is one of the cast members. So, yeah, good to see, and I'm so glad that this is back in town. It brings people to town. When people come to town, it's good for restaurants, good for shopping. So, thanks for all your work that you've done with this, Shawn.
Excellent. Thanks.
All right, let's talk about all the other good things in December, and this is a loaded lineup. This upcoming weekend, there are some regional events happening. First off, the Fairbanks Ice Dogs are back in town. Both games start 7:30 on Friday night and Saturday night. They are taking on something called the Chippewa Steel. Shawn, you're also pretty involved with this.
Yeah, we've been a billet family every year. It's been a great experience for our family. It's fun to see the organization. It's great. The Ice Dogs are still treating Marshall as a sister company or sister town, coming back every year doing this.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
One of the only good things that happened out of the pandemic.
Right. Yeah. So just to urge you to get out there. We don't get this level of hockey in Marshall very often, right? It's just once a year to have an NAHL team like this here. So it's great.
It is great, and it's packed. The arena is packed. So get your tickets soon. Also, this Friday night, Shawn Johnson is back in town at the Shawn Center for Performing Arts. This is at the auditorium at the high school. Great entertainer. This starts at 7 o'clock. My wife and my in-laws went to this last year. Great show. So this is another opportunity this Friday night. Saturday morning is the Kindle Market at the YMCA from 9 to 1. Kindle Market is a youth entrepreneurship expo. So if you still have to do some shopping, and I know a lot of you do, please come out Saturday mornings from 9 to 12 at the YMCA, and you'll see all sorts of kids out there selling their product. As was mentioned, the Nutcracker is going on the weekend of the 13th. Be sure to get your tickets for that. The Southwest Figure Skating Club is hosting Skate with the Santa on Saturday the 14th from 12 to 2 at the Red Baron Arena. Come see Santa and all of our local figure skaters. On Wednesday, December 18th, come on over for a Christmas Cheer open house at Hope Harbor, located at 219 North High Street. Great ministry here in town, 1 to 6 o'clock on that afternoon, because we'll come over, learn more about Hope Harbor, and have a cookie. Friday the 20th at Light Up the Night is the Run for a Claus put on by the YMCA. They didn't have a gobble wobble this year, so get your run on at Run for the Claus at the Light Up the Night on Friday the 20th. Lastly, the first ever Jolly Jamboree event is going on at the YMCA on Saturday the 21st. There will be vendors and all sorts of activities for adults and kids. Thanks to Events by Brittany for putting this event on. On the chamber side of things, we kind of dialed back a lot of our events. There's a lot of community events you can go to, but we do urge you to come to a couple of our chamber things. We are hosting a combined Women's Connect and Young Professionals interactive bartending event Thursday the 12th at the Gambler. Should be a good time. Come see Shauna and the team over there. A lot of things going on here in December. So finally, be sure to shop your local shops first here this Christmas season. They truly rely on you to stop by their stores. Keep in mind, they are the first ones to step up when you ask for a gift card for your favorite fundraiser. Speaking of shopping local, our coupon books will be out very, very soon here for 2025. They make for a great stocking stuffer, so they should be in our offices here in the next few weeks. All of these events in December can be found on our website at marshallmn.org, and also take a look at the visit page at visitmarshallmn.com, as Shawn mentioned earlier. So thanks again for tuning in to the December edition of Community Connect, and thank you to our guest, Shawn Dieken. We'll be back in January when we have Corianne Dalger with SMSU, who will be our guest. With that, on behalf of the Marshall Chamber, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and we'll see you next month.